What's going on, guys? XQ420 here. You know how I get down when I come around. We keeping things right, keeping them tight. Summertime action, grills ready, seasonings ready. Hope y'all having a good day. If it's your first time to the channel, don't hesitate. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button for me. Today's video, we got a little video from the Florida School District, Apocalyptic, because they might have to go back and teach students. I mean, it's just a devastator. Let's jump into it. All right, article right here from the Blaze. Florida School District shares apocalyptic back-to-school video plan for pandemic, and parents are furious. Hey, look, they should be, because, but this stuff looks rough, man. It's like, man, are you sure y'all going to be teaching them, or is it going to be a flat-out jail cell, man? It looks like they straight up in prison. I mean, just go ahead and I'll go to your room, we'll lock you up. I'm going to tell you when you come out and get this sandwich. I mean, that's exactly how it looks. So they said the Manatee County School District in Florida shared a back-to-school video last week to educate parents and teachers on what school reopenings could look like amid the COVID-19 pandemic. Now, they don't need to be looking like this. When we go through this video, you're going to be like, dude, this is disturbing. This don't look like something that we need to be sending no kid back to. And I mean, I can't hate on the parent if not. I know some parents are worried about the virus. Fair enough. But the ones who ain't really worried about it, you know, it's like, man, we take risk every day and want to send the kids back to school. They look at this and they be like, oh, hell no. I ain't sending them back to that crazy stuff. They might as well stay at the crib with us. So it said the video has been met with significant criticism from parents and social media alike. And it should be, because it's tough to watch. So we get into a little background on the video. You know, we a background channel. It said social media influencer Tiffany Jenkins, a parent of young children, shared the video to her social media channels over the last week, calling it apocalyptic and comparing it to an M. Night Shyamalan movie. And it does, but it look. I mean, you straight up feel like, was it that one, The Village? Now that movie won't that good at all. I think that's the name of it, The Village, where they had stuff. They had stuff that supposedly was attacking them at night, and it just ended up being, you know, the town folk that just didn't want them to leave this little reservation they were on. That was all to the outside world. So that wasn't that great. Like The Happening, there wasn't much happening in The Happening except old Mark Wahlberg. But they said the promotional back-to-school video features teachers and children wearing masks during instruction. Teachers wearing shields and lab coats explaining how social distancing will work when district children return to school. Right there on point. Not only they got the mask on, they got the face shield on. Look like got a lab coat on. Look like they're doing an experiment in there. It's like, man, are they drawing DNA? I mean, what else are they doing? Little GMO, genetically modified? I mean, just let me know. So they said in the video, mass students can be seen marching single file with their heads down and their heads clasped behind their backs, while the narrator says children will be randomly screened for signs of illness. They just dragging folks out and just screening them. And look, man, your child, I mean, you don't know what they're doing. They just dragging them out, just randomly screening. What all you screening them for? I mean, man, you see, this could get a little dangerous because, you know, there's freaky folk out there. The pedophilias, you know what I'm saying? And then they'd be over here, oh yeah, we screening. They might be filling them up. I don't know what they're doing to my kid, but this is getting stupid now. Folks are getting too far out there. They use this COVID-19 as a weapon to just strip everything from you and just make it old freak island. That's what we are. That's what we on now. A bunch of freaks. Folks walking around, bumping into walls and stuff. Got their eyes closed. Ain't got no clue where they're going. So what we're gonna do right here is we're gonna jump down in here, and I'll probably let this thing just play on out so y'all see the full clip. I give you a little breakdown on it, what I think about it. And yeah, so we're gonna go on and jump into it.
The School District of Manatee County is committed to keeping students and staff safe as they return to schools for the 2020-2021 school year. Students are scheduled to return to school on August 17th.
That's how I'm going to let it play out. But y'all just saw right there, and I wish they dropped this, but y'all just saw right there where they had the kids social distancing. So, I mean, that's already... but kids are supposed to be able to interact. You're supposed to be able to get those interactive moments going right there.
The reopening plan represents the hard work of parents, district leaders, and educators who work together to develop comprehensive plans to ensure a safe return to school. Social distancing will be adhered to in all shared spaces, including classrooms, hallways, and cafeterias. Every effort will be made to put as much distance between students as possible. Face masks or shield coverings are required to be worn inside all schools and district buildings. Coverings should follow dress code guidelines. Cloth masks will be provided to each student through their schools. Children will be randomly screened for signs of illness. Temperatures may be taken as they board the bus and enter school. Employees are required to have temperature checks daily upon arrival. All frequent touch points such as tabletops, doorknobs, and faucet handles, as well as desks and chairs, will be cleaned and sanitized daily. All schools will be deep cleaned on Wednesdays, and frequent hand washing will be part of the day. Meals will be prepackaged to limit exposure. Students will be seated to ensure social distancing. Outdoor seating will also be used where available. All food services areas will be cleaned and sanitized daily. For more information, we invite you to review the Return to School plan in the Reopening Schools 2020 section of the school district's website, manateeschools.net. We look forward to welcoming your children to the new school year.
So, I mean, y'all just saw that right there. Man, now, is that not some of the freakiest stuff y'all ever seen? I mean, just as far as, like, the way, the way they got those school kids walking, but there was a one kid when they were walking through the hall, but he had his head down. He said, damn, man, I can't wait to get out of here, dude. I'm going to break out. It's almost like they got them locked up. I'm like, man, is that going to be healthy for kids? I mean, you know what I'm saying? So you're teaching them to fear everybody around them, so they're never going to have any interaction. That's going to affect people for years to come. Man, the stuff is too much. They got, they give you your little bag lunch. I mean, they got you social distance outside, all kind of feet apart. I mean, you got to yell across the table. Now, here's what I'm saying. If you got to yell to talk to somebody, wouldn't that protrude more the virus if you had it? And I seen something else where they were saying that these screen tests for like for temperature and stuff, they said, man, they ain't really no good. I said, man, you know other stuff can make you hot, right? I mean, make you look like you got a fever potentially. Hey, you just dragging folks out, random screening. You be sitting there walking down the hallway. Jimmy, come here. No, I'm good. Jimmy, man, Jimmy got to start running. He got to bust out of there. Man, who wants to send the kids back to that? That's my question. I mean, they had the bus socially distancing. You know what I'm saying? The bus was perfectly socially distancing. I mean, to make sure we don't get spread from bus to bus. I'm like, dude, it's too much, man. It's just way too much. And I don't see how that's gonna work. You talking about you gotta track every kid down. You gotta make sure they're washing their hands the whole day. What are you gonna be teaching them? Are you gonna teach them anything? Are you just gonna teach them how to social distance and hate each other? Hey, make sure you hate Jimmy over there because he might have a virus. Stay away from Jimmy. I'm pretty sure he's got it. I mean, this ain't teaching nobody no good foundational stuff. So it said Jenkins told BuzzFeed News that she believes such conditions would be extremely detrimental to the kids' educational experience. Of course. I mean, and also their social, them actually being able to intermingle with other people socially. You don't want to have a whole generation of people who don't know how to talk to somebody else, but stuff start collapsing real quick. It said, it made me sad how different the experience would be. It feels like a punishment for kids. That makes me sad. The kids are kids. The idea that they have to focus on distancing or keep their mask on to be so far away from their friends is heartbreaking. Exactly. And another thing, they were talking about having a mask on to adhere to what was it, the guidelines of your clothing. I was like, what do you mean? What do you mean adhere? I was like, isn't it just a mask? And then they said they provide you with some cloth masks. Oh, bud, who washing them? Where'd you get them from? Did you get them from China? Man, China might be sending, if the CV-19's out there like this, China might be sending them back in the masks, man. I don't know, man. I've been seeing a whole lot of stuff that ain't been adding up. That's what I'm saying. So they said another parent told the outlet that the district plan is unrealistic, and of course it is, because I mean you see those were paid actors right there. Let's not get anything twisted. I mean those folks were paid actors. Man, you just have a regular old group of kids. They see their friends. Oh, hey, you run up to them. Oh, social distance kids. But you're gonna mess around once you start getting into the older population. But you mess around, have a little heated conversation out there. Might get a little physical. Man, you putting a whole lot of strain and stress on folks that don't need to be on people. Said the fact they expect this to happen, expecting kids to sit at tables away from each other, having fields between them, especially preschoolers and kindergartners, I didn't think it was realistic. And of course it ain't. And they said a promotional video, which was first shared on the district's Facebook page, prompted a volley of negative comments. And it should be. I mean, a whole volley. Matter of fact, they ought to call Manatee and say, man, what are you doing, man? Obviously, you don't want nobody to go back. That's what they've done. You see, these school districts are coming up with ways to say, oh, man, if we make this video and we put it out, well, we'll make sure don't nobody want to bring their kids back. And good. And so, I mean, they make it just seem like, bud, it's the end of times type stuff. It said, another added, glad they plan on opening for the mental health and well-being of young minds, but this is completely ridiculous. If they're going to wear masks and separate, hold on a second. If they are going to wear masks, then sick. And he must have said a cuss word there or something. The separation and jailhouse rules should be nullified. No, man, you got to wear the mask and you got to socially distance. We got to do both. We got to make sure we fully complied with the guidelines of the CDC and the WHO. So they said new kindergarten students who already have such anxiety about a new school and classroom will feel so uncomfortable and safe when walking in this environment. Will feel so comfortable and safe. Oh, that's definitely some satire there. And I remember that when I was younger. That's about the only thing I remember. You know, you get separated from your parent, you're like, oh man, I'm kind of skittish and all that. So, man, you're going to have a whole bunch of kids crying out in there. Said another parent wrote, not children of this age needs hands-on learning experience and social interaction with others. And yeah, that's going to be the main thing as far as their development. But they don't seem like they're interested in these kids developing at all. They just interested in how many counts of the COVID-19 we got. So we see down here they got a couple other statements talking about prison camp, and that's what it kind of looked like. In closing on this, Florida, y'all got a whole lot of wild stuff going on down there. And I thought maybe it was only like in like Portland and Minnesota or Minneapolis and Seattle. But obviously some of that juice they've been drinking, some of that crunk juice, it done got sent down to y'all. And now y'all sipping the juice. Man, the stuff is, I don't know where it's coming from, but folks are just getting wilder and wilder. You see this right here. I mean, just look at this. Mask, face shield, gloves. Okay, I mean, look at this kid. He like, dang, bro. School sucked, but now it's straight up dudes. I mean, this is terrible. So I'm going back home. I'm not coming back. And parents, pay attention. Random screenings, random health screenings, man, I don't like it. Just dragging kids out there doing something randomly, checking them. No, bud, I ain't down with it. You better be paying attention to that stuff. That'd be a whole ring of some type of other stuff going on out there. So I hope y'all enjoyed the video. What's y'all's thoughts on it? Leave it in the comment section below. As always, like, share, subscribe. I appreciate everybody who checks me out. I'll catch you on the next one. Peace out.